Although this video is about Destiny, I recently got a communications ban, which I've gotten twice by this guy right there, that Titan, which I should have killed both of them obviously, and I'm using a fill, which is because I suck, but that's only my level 30 character. Now, I mean, I kind of said a bad word, and he reported me over it, and I got a communications ban for 2 weeks, I think, yeah. Wait, around that. Which, that really makes me mad, but besides the fact that I got communications banned, that's another bullcrap thing that happened recently. What sucks is, though, I actually got the ban right before we got to do Trials Run, so I had to switch my character, but I didn't even want to play at that point. So that kind of sucked, but besides that, the video is about, like, the most bullcrap things in Destiny, and what's, like, the meta, and what's super duper OP and easy to use. Now, in my opinion, the three most overpowered and easy to use subclasses are Defender, Striker, and Night Stalker. Night Stalker is currently what I'm playing to prove my point. Now, the reason why Night Stalker gets its spot here is mainly from the smoke grenades and the fact that Night Stalker has this role that pretty much can, like, tease anybody out and you can get pretty much around them at any time. But like you can see in that one clutch there, I used my smoke grenade to, like, kind of get the Titan in the spot where he couldn't go back. And also using my shade step to stay behind walls and stay protected away from gunfire. Now, I feel this is all fine how Night Stalker is supposed to work out, but I still feel like the smoke grenade, like the wombo combo, is still just way too much. Now, the second subclass I want to cover over is Defender, and now you're probably thinking, well, why would you say Defender? They use a bubble for their super is OP. Well, the first thing is just the no backup plans are extremely broken. The fact that you can walk up to anybody, shotgun them, which is the easiest thing to do in the game, trust me, shotgun them, with a universal mostly. You get an overshield that is usually a double headshot to penetrate, which then it allows the user of the no backup plans to get really aggressive and rush a full team in a trials match, which is usually the rest of it would be 2 players after the first single shotgun kill, and you'd have a double overshield to be able to kill anybody you like. It's extremely broken, and the fact that it takes 2 sniper headshots to kill sometimes I think is pretty bullcrap. I don't know what you guys have to say about the Striker subclass, but I feel like this is the one that's most complained about for its shoulder charge and Juggernaut. And I don't know about you guys, but I have a big problem with lightning grenades. They piss me off. I cannot stand them. Oh, in addition to Titans, not just Strikers that make them OP or Defenders, it's Titan skating. It's really fast comparing to Hunters. That Hunters are supposed to be the speedy ones that are able to get out of situations fast. Like, that's why all streamers use Night Stalker and stuff like that, because, like, they can get out of situations fast. Like, that's what they're meant to do, but maybe a little bit too easy. I think Night Stalker is, like, a really easy way to get out of situations fast. But Titans, they can do the little Titan skate and pretty much, like, zoom past the map. Like, you've seen speedrunners, they all use Titans. I don't know if you guys actually seen speedrunners, but they use Titans, and it's disgusting. It's like, you literally just fly across the whole map, and it's in, like, 2 seconds. I mean, it's crazy. And like I said before, shoulder charge, it lets you just instantly punch anybody, and Juggernaut, it's kind of like no backup plans. It kind of is, but on a lesser scale. I feel like those who use Juggernaut have an easy counter, either hit them from the sides or, like, get rid of their shield with either a shotgun or a sniper body shot. But like I said before, the Titans are the ones that kick my butt the most. They have their no backup plans, shoulder charge, how they can get around into your face really quickly with, like, a Might Multi-Tool or a Party Crasher, Universal Remote. But since I have the most struggle with them most of the time, I feel like I have more thought of how they could be fixed. They would be fixed, but they'd still be able to serve their purpose in being, like, a quick, heavy-hitting troop to get up in the sniper's face, I guess. I've thought that maybe shoulder charge should have a longer time to charge up when you're sprinting and have less time to use it, so it's more like a situational thing, not just like, oh, I'm gonna run around the map and I'm gonna shoulder charge whoever I want. And I don't know about Juggernaut, it's kind of easy to counter, I guess. And then no backup plans, which it doesn't need to be removed from the game, but maybe make it so the shield is lighter, or make it so you have to get a headshot with your shotgun instead. Falling back on the Night Stalker after seeing all these random Night Stalker clips of me playing, I would think that the only fix to smoke grenades and, like, wombo combo would be to, I guess, make smoke grenades, like, do less damage and make the void wall do a little bit less damage. I don't really know. Like, I just feel like when you chuck the wombo combo, it just does way too much damage, and it just shouldn't be that way. But I do like what they did with, like, the nerfs and stuff, how they attempted to fix it. And I think they did a pretty good job, but I still feel that when I use wombo combo, I get a lot more kills than I would usually like normal grenades. And I know it's like, oh, you use your melee and your grenade, but that's how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to wombo combo, and it's supposed to kill people just as fast as you using your tether, which that was my main point. It acts just like a tether, and I think that's totally dumb. How you have a melee ability that acts just like a tether if you plan it right. Now that I talked about like the main supers and subclasses, I hinted a little bit earlier about guns that I think are a little bit too much, like the Mida and stuff, but I would like to say the top guns that I see most people use in the Crucible that like really destroy everybody, and it seems like everybody uses them, and it's just not fun anymore that there's like no diversity. I feel like there's not enough guns for people to go around and actually say, hey, I'm gonna use this gun, I'm actually gonna do good. There's too many people using the exact same guns. It just gets repetitive. It's really not that fun to try to have to play the exact same staggering pulse rifle that kills me cross-map like a Mida would or anything like that. It's too repetitive. It's not fun. There's too many people using stuff. And specifically, I think the majority of these guns are usually pulse rifles as Hawksaw, Suros PDX, 45, 41, and the very popular spray machine from a strike, the Grasp of Malak. Now, scooting over to scout rifles, people could complain like, oh, I use this, oh, I use that. But everybody uses the Mida. Everybody uses the Mida. And I hate it. That gun has way too much stagger. They took out the stagger option, but since it has its own archetype, it shoots fast, it has good damage because of its perk. I don't understand what Bungie was thinking. They have this gun with its own archetype. It's a scout rifle with its own archetype that shoots faster, has good range, has good damage, and it just shoots fast, and it staggers a lot because of that reason. This is why I hate the Mida multi-tool so much. It is the sniper stopper. Now, I say sniper stopper, and anybody could say, that's what it's supposed to do, that's what scout rifles are for, but every other scout rifle doesn't do it as good as a Mida multi-tool. Why? Because the Mida multi-tool is pretty good. It's a pretty good gun, and I really hate going against it, and I don't think many other people like going against it either. Now, moving on to hand cannons, the last word, I would say that, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I use it, and honestly, I mean, because my primary accuracy is total trash, so I can't say that, oh yeah, I'm the best person to use the last word ever. No, I'll admit it, I cannot shoot anybody with a primary. I'm so bad at killing people with primaries, it's embarrassing. It really is. But other hand cannons than that, I don't really think there is. I'm not too excited for them to bring back Thorn, but I really hope it's not as good as it used to be. Oh my god, Thorn used to destroy. And then moving on to assault rifles, I did do that Source Regime review, but I don't know, recently I've seen a few people actually use it and do pretty good. I mean, when I was using it, I was doing pretty good, I'd say, but recently I haven't really seen many people use assault rifles besides the Doctrine, and then they'd follow up with a Teabag, which is what got me banned recently for communications. But actually, after the guy banned me, we were pretty chill after that. Like, it wasn't even that bad, but he just reported me, and then we were both pretty chill, but I still got communications banned for 2 weeks, which still sucks. But and as I was talking assault rifles, I said Doctrine. I haven't seen anything else. In this next clip, you'll see me actually get a really nice triple with one clip of a Surf machine. Now that primaries are done, I want to talk about secondaries, such as like sidearms, which I haven't seen too many of. Fusion rifles, not that bad. Shotguns, that's where it comes into play. Party Crasher and Two to the Morgue. Those are like the only two shotguns. Party Crasher is kind of a pain. Universal, like I talked about before, I want to classify that as a secondary, and it's a pain. Snipers, hidden handicap snipers, like Yasmin. It doesn't have hidden hand, but the Defiance of Yasmin is a pretty easy to use sniper. And the Y9 with its hidden handicap, those snipers really destroy. Now on to heavies, which I didn't think I'd actually talk about, but I think Bungie needs to add a little bit more to swords, like the fact that when you pull out a sword and you melee, it doesn't actually do the sword melee right away, and it's kind of broken. Swords need to have like a little bit more like quick draw movability, and blocking needs to be fixed. If you've like rocket with grenades and horseshoes, a sword can't actually block the splash damage, which is really annoying because I love using sword. Like the Truth is the only really good rocket that everybody uses, and you could use grenades and horseshoes as a rocket, but Truth is the only rocket that anybody really uses anymore besides like the Crucible one, which isn't too common, but sometimes people use it. But I feel that Truth doesn't need to be so overpowered, and I want to see more like diversity with rockets and LMGs and stuff. There's just not that much, even though heavy ammo round is only like 1 round. I just don't like that. So for those who went through the whole video of my annoying rant on Destiny and what I think needs to be changed besides fusion grenades like my last video, this is just a quick clip that I'm not going to feature in my next montage, starting with a last word headshot followed to a quick scope, and then I roll away and there's another guy and I'm trying to go for a triple, but I missed. I shot him right in the chest area, and that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.